Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today we are doing a pick a flower tarot card reading, and we'll be looking into the intentions that your person has towards your connection. So what I need you to do is select a person you're very curious about, and this could be someone that you are dating, in a serious relationship with, friends with benefits with, or even if you just have a little crushy crush on them and you're in the talking stage of your relationship. Or even if it's an ex, whoever you have some sort of romantic tension with, we're going to take a look into their intentions towards you, towards this connection. Do they want to grow with you? Do they want to become more committed? Do they want to come back? Or do they want to keep things casual, keep things the same, or dump you? I don't know. We're going to find out in the reading. So what I need you to do is select your person. And once you've done so, take a look at all three of the flowers on screen and select whichever flower you feel most intuitively drawn towards. But first, let's break down the reading for you. We're going to have a look into the person that you're asking about, how they view the relationship and the energy that they carry in this connection first. And then we're going to look at what they perceive as your intentions and your energy in the relationship. And guys, this second portion of the reading, it may not 100% resonate with you because this is how they are perceiving you in the relationship. So it could be accurate, could not be accurate. It's kind of subjective because it's from their perspective. Then we'll look at their true intentions towards this relationship, and we'll be using tarot cards for that. And then we'll get some channeled messages showing their true feelings towards you, and we'll use 3 different decks for that. And we'll finish up with some advice from the romance angels to help guide you in this connection and essentially give you any advice for how to navigate this, okay? So once you have selected your flower, you can either watch through or skip ahead using the timestamps. And I just want to let you guys know, you can ask about someone who you don't necessarily have any romantic attraction towards, but you might have to filter out a lot of romantic messages. So you can ask about people like friends or coworkers for sure. But with anyone watching, I need you to listen to your intuition here. If something resonates, then run with it. If anything does not resonate, then the message isn't for you. Keep in mind, this is a general reading for hundreds of people, if not thousands, and not every message might resonate. I mean, there's some pick a card readings that feel like personal readings one-on-one. They're just so resonant with us. And then there may be other readings where there is a lot of good advice, but you may not necessarily resonate with all of the messages in the reading. And then of course there's those few readings where you're like, yeah, this doesn't resonate at all. And if that happens, you can go back and select another group, or there might just not be any messages for you in today's video. So always be guided by your intuition. All right. Now, with that all being said, let's just dive into your reading. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. We are going to see what your person's intentions are when it comes to you and your connection with them. I am so nervous for this reading, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, we just got to get into it. So this side over here is going to represent your person and how they're viewing this relationship, where they stand in this relationship, and what direction they want to take in this relationship. This side on the right will represent how they are perceiving you, okay? How your overall character is in this relationship, what they are presuming your intentions are, and how they are perceiving your energy. And these runes here, so this one will represent sort of how they view you, what your intentions are in this relationship. This one will, on the left, is representing their actual intentions, okay? So the left side is what they are actually feeling, it's their energy. The right side is how they're perceiving you. So this right side may not really resonate with you. It might resonate with you a little bit. It's very subjective. It's how they're perceiving you, so it may be wrong. Okay, that's fine. Now, I want to point something out, guys. If you feel like this reading is flip-flopped and you feel like your intentions are very much the left side and you're perceiving your person as the right side, that can just show that you guys are mirroring each other a lot, okay? You are really mirroring each other. If your intuition, in your gut and soul, you feel like you're on the left-hand side, but you don't feel like it's a situation where you're mirroring each other, then you might need to go back and select another reading, or there just might not be readings for you today. I mean, you can keep watching. It'll just show you what your intentions are for this relationship, though. So as with all general pick a card readings, listen to your intuition. So let's get into it. Your person, the rune that came out is called Degas. And this is the rune of midsummer. Oh wait, why did I just pick that card up? Sorry, I'm losing my mind, guys. This is the rune of midsummer, like when the sun is at its strongest, and it does represent a lot of fun. This person has a ton of fun with you, laughter, attraction, it's all good energies. It feels very lighthearted though, so that leads me to believe like that this connection you have with them is very flirty right now, and it may not have necessarily ascended to that level of commitment, or it feels very light, it feels very fun, very playful. That's what their intentions feel like, okay? Now, their spirit animal is the crocodile. And this spirit animal is representing how they're sort of moving in this relationship. And if you've ever seen a crocodile, they sit very, very stilly. They don't move at all, really. All day long, they sit still. And right when the opportunity strikes, they take it. And they really go for it. So right off the bat, I wouldn't be surprised if some of you watching are a little bit annoyed because it may feel like this relationship isn't moving forward. Your person is having a ton of fun with you, okay? They really enjoy you, they really like you, but they aren't seeming to move. Now, the crocodile is a water and earth animal. Okay, so the emotions are there, the depth is there, but with that earth element, the speed is not there. The groundedness, the intentionality, things feel a little vague. Also, some of you may wonder if this person, they might have a high sex drive. I don't know why I'm picking that up. And you may be confused on if that means they really are into you emotionally or what, okay? Because when I think of crocodiles, it's like earth and water, you know? When I think of earth signs, earth energy, it's very like sensual in that way, but not as emotional. And then water is very emotional, very intuitive. So it's kind of like those two energies are almost like one energy for your person. So it's kind of hard for you to differentiate that. I hope that made sense. The energy that they are carrying in this relationship or this connection is rest and rejuvenation. Another card of not really making forward movements at this time. They feel very relaxed by you. They may even make comments like, you are my relaxation, you are my masseuse, or like, you just make me feel so at ease, okay? So that makes a lot of sense. Let's see. I can't pick up any of these cards. What is the direction they're trying to take this relationship? Okay, we see opportunity. I get the message like they're waiting for the right opportunity for something, like to move. I can't wait to see the tarot though. Like, I really need so much clarification on this. All right, let's see how they are perceiving you now. We have the rune called Righto, and this is how they're perceiving your intentions. Now, this is actually a very level-headed rune to receive. I feel like they view you as someone who is in it for the long haul. You want to work through any issues that you have with them, and I feel like they view you as wanting to have something sort of set in stone, you know, kind of like what I was just picking up on. Like, they view you as someone who wants to have things be official or like know exactly where you stand with them. And they view you as someone who plays their cards very close to your chest. So you're a little bit of a mystery to them, but they view you as like someone they respect and admire. I feel like they are consciously aware that your hopes, how do I put this? This is the only thing I don't like from this reading and the energy that I'm picking up on. It's like they're consciously aware that you're hoping for more clarity, you're wanting more speed or certainty in this connection, and they, for some reason, still feel comfortable not giving that, even though they know that you really want it. Does that make sense? That's the only thing I don't really like so far about this person's energy. I honestly cannot wait to get the tarot. I want to know why they're waiting for an opportunity, but yet perceive you as someone who is in it for the long haul, is someone who has like, how do I put this? Like a lot of stamina. You're not going to give up easily. You want to work through any issues that may come up, and they respect you. They think you're intelligent. They think you don't give everything. Okay. I feel that this person knows that they won't be receiving all that you can give if they don't commit to you. Does that make sense? Like you have more to offer as like a girlfriend / boyfriend or wife / husband. You know what I mean? Like if they were to elevate this relationship, they know that they would get more of you. So I'm really confused as to why they're just staying where they're at right now. It feels honestly like they're enjoying the lighthearted connection you have currently, enjoying the sort of, I don't know if lack of commitment is the right phrase. I don't know. Let's see how they're viewing you. We have the nightingale, beautiful, tiny, cute. Also very beautiful voice, communicative, and I don't know. I'm getting like two like nighttime creatures, two people. I wonder if this person either calls you late at night or like texts you late at night. Maybe you're both. There's something about the nighttime here. And not in like a weird creepy way, like they only hit you up at like 3 a.m. I hope, but it feels like your minds work very similarly, even though you're completely different. Like one's a crocodile, one's a bird, but you're both up. You're both very observant as well. And I feel like you're both very intelligent and perceptive, which is amazing. Like you both pick up on the little details about everything. You both probably like really remember everything and are almost like, I don't want to say cunning, but it feels like neither of you can get played easily. Does that make sense? And so I do wonder though, if either of you have a fear of getting hurt, if that inability to get played easily actually slows this relationship down tremendously. I don't know. Let's see. They're perceiving your energy as door to personal healing and happiness. Oh my God. Guys, they are really happy with you. Really happy with you. And they view you as like literally like this doorway into personal healing and happiness for them. Like, you know, they know that if they were to continue forward with you, they would be quite happy. There's probably a lot of healing that can take place if they were to, you know, continue on with you. And we even have rest and rejuvenation, which is a very healing card toward a personal healing and happiness. And also, I noticed this white dove here. White doves represent monogamy, okay? Loyalty, wanting only you and committing only to you. So that's how they're perceiving your energy, as very committed, very loyal, you know, just booming with happy energy. Like they're viewing you almost as like this night goddess whose energy, and if you're a man, I'm sorry, whose energy is just like, if you could like open your soul up, it would be filled with flowers and cute little critters and like a healing pond and just beautiful, stunning, amazing music and art and beauty. It's like they pick up on all of that from you. But I keep wanting to say but. So there's definitely a but here. Oh my God, I can't. We gotta hurry up. I gotta get to this tarot. We have perfect timing coming in as well, with how they perceive your intentions, how you'll be moving forward here. So I feel like you're waiting for everything to come together at the perfect time for some reason. Now, the thing that's really throwing me off about this reading is this rune right here in the middle. And this rune is called Tiwaz, and it came out perfectly in reverse like this, and it was face down. Okay, perfectly in reverse, face down. And this is the rune of honoring commitments and having lasting bonds. Like literally, that's what this rune talks about. And in reversed, it tends to represent either like a selfishness, dishonorable motives, or like turning the back on personal commitments and responsibilities. And so that leads me to believe that in this relationship, there is a lack of commitment. Like literally, a lot of you who selected group number 1 probably are not in a committed relationship with this person yet. Like literally not in, like you're not together, but you're talking or you're dating. That is what I'm feeling energetically, which is why I feel really weird if any of you watching are already in a deep committed relationship with this person, because if that's the case, I'm a little bit concerned, because, you know, this rune can particularly show betrayal in that case, by the man or the more masculine person in the relationship. Okay, specifically. So very interesting. I would just pay attention, okay? Listen to your intuition. If this does not resonate with you, by the way, don't force it to. I don't want to plant any fears in your head that may or may not be true. But right now, it feels like there's not a commitment, or it's weird. I wonder if your person even has intentions of commitment. Maybe they met you. Oh, you know what? It's becoming clearer now as I'm shuffling the tarot. Maybe they met you, right? And they had zero intentions of being in a committed long-term relationship with anybody. Like they were just happy playing the field, dating casually, or they may even have a long history of like short-term girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, you know, people who last a few months, maybe even a few years, but they never offered that actual serious commitment. And then they meet you, and they actually really, really like you. Like straight up, I really do feel that. They have a lot of fun with you, a lot of laughter. They think you're very funny. I am getting that, like they're thinking group number 1 is very funny. And they almost like put me in my place sometimes. And I feel like your person rarely views people as intelligent as they are, but they view you as, you know, like, you know, they're kind of their perfect match. Like you can keep up. You're very witty. That you can keep up with their banter, and they see you as this personal doorway to healing and happiness. Like, but their intentions never were for anything committed in the first place. So that's why I'm a little bit confused here. Boy, oh boy, I need the tarot. So we are asking specifically, what are their intentions for you today? Okay, like their future intentions for you. What is it? What is it? And we're going to trust the answers that come out. We're going to trust the cards that come out. Whether we want to hear them or not, we're just going to trust them. So how many cards do you guys want? Group number 1 is always my firstborns. Just experimenting, seeing what works. Going with my intuition here. I feel very on edge with your reading for some reason. Like, I just feel like I really need to know. So I'm sorry if any of you are on edge right now. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which talks about personal happiness, okay? This person starting off your relationship, like I said, may be very much focused on like just their own little life, you know, making their own money, having their own hobbies, their own friends, just being a little happy, etc. We have the Lovers. Oh my God, this is actually really beautiful. I mean, the Lovers is a very strong answer to the question, what are their intentions? Because the Lovers talks about like literally getting together on a very serious karmic, maybe karmic wasn't the right word. This is like soulmate energy, you know? This is saying yes to something in a big, big way. We have the Tower in reverse right next to that. The holy moly. In order to say yes to you in the way that they want, they're going to have to break down some negative beliefs about themselves. They're going to have to like kind of change everything that they wanted in their life or thought they wanted in their life. We have the Page of Cups. Oh my gosh. This is kind of a sweet reading. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse rather. And we have the Three of Wands. Okay. So first and foremost, I want to say, I do feel like they have serious intentions for you. And especially with the Three of Wands, like they want a future with you for sure. They do not want to let this go at all. But the thing that I'm picking up on is that this person may be a former player or they may just have a long history of like not being in like relationships, you know? I call them undomesticated folk. They might not have the relationship skills that they need to necessarily have a healthy, happy relationship. But like you came along and now they're like, no, I can't let this slip by. Even like 10 of Cups in reverse, like suddenly they find themselves thinking about things like family and marriage and home, and they're like, what the heck has gotten into me? And that's why the Tower here is out here, because like this is very unexpected, guys. And I'm not trying to like boost your ego or anything with this reading, but legitimately, you shook this person to the core because they kind of went about things in their life the same way as they always did, very lighthearted, very casual, like just into their own little life, their own little bachelorette life, whatever the heck, and just doing their own thing. They always felt like they were doing their own thing, and they had like these casual connections, and then they had their friends. And they were content with that, okay? 9 of Pentacles is a card of contentment, general happiness. Is it like overflowing, oh my gosh, abundant, so in love happiness? No, it's just contentment and feeling satisfied, okay? And then they meet you with the Lovers. And if this person is spiritual, I feel that they saw signs that you are their soulmate. Like they may have been seeing like, for example, like wedding rings, marriage themes, you know, people asking them like, oh, do you have a wife? Do you have a girlfriend? A lot more after they met you. Like if they're spiritual, it feels like the universe has been giving this person signs that you're the one for them. And now listen, I'm polyamorous. I don't even believe in the one, quote unquote, but you know, this person might. And it really, really startled them. Like they were not expecting to fall this deeply for you. And it feels weird because, you know, they may have had very beautiful lovers in the past, but for whatever the heck reason, see, I can barely speak. I feel like I'm getting awkward now. They have this next level attraction to you where they can't stop thinking about you. And this is something new to them. I don't know why, especially if they're older, like especially if they're like an adult, an established adult. It's a little weird to me that they've never experienced this before you, no offense, but it's the truth. And this literally shook them to the core, like their whole life. They can't stop thinking about you. Honestly, they may have even neglected certain aspects of their life after they met you or as you guys talk, because they just think about you nonstop. They want to spend like a lot of time with you. It kind of threw them off, honestly. But here's the thing, the lifestyle they had wasn't necessarily the best for them anyways. You know, it wasn't as glamorous as they thought it was. You know, it was a little bit lonely. It was like just contentment. It wasn't the happiness they thought it was. It was just contentment. It was just like slight satisfaction. But they don't have happiness, fulfillment. And so meeting you really shook them to the core, to say the least. And then we move on to the Page of Cups, which shows actual emotional romantic feelings here. Serious feelings, okay? And again, very new to them. And I love this depiction of the page. This is from the After Tarot, by the way, because it shows how clumsy he is with the fish falling out of the cup. You know, this is someone who may be clumsy when it comes to expressing their love and saying their feelings, because like I said, like they may just not have that experience. They may not have that much relationship experience, or they may have been single for a really long time, or just in casual things for a really long time. And like you have the Lovers in the Tower, like this is like soul-shattering attraction and like this deep feeling from within them that they want something deep with you. It's almost like, imagine being someone your whole entire life. You said, I never want kids, I never want children, you know, and you know, you really prioritized your friendships. And you know, the romance you did have was very lighthearted, fleeting, never really leading to anything more. And you never thought much of it. And then suddenly you meet someone
And you start having these dreams of having children with them. And you start like having these daydreams about your wedding together. And you can't stop thinking about them and you feel like you're going crazy. Like imagine that your whole life. Never thought anything like that before. And then you meet one person and everything changes. You've really put this person off their rocker. Like, and they don't know what to do with that, which may be why they're not doing anything. And they're being very clumsy emotionally, not knowing what to do. So that's really interesting. All right. But one thing I want to say, though, with this Three of Wands in particular, is they do want to keep you in their life. And I just saw 2211. Okay? 22. It's the number of two people coming together. And the number 1 is individualistic. So they want to maintain their individual freedom and the things that they've always enjoyed. And but they also want to come close together with you. So, all right. We're going to get some more cards here, guys. I want to pull from the Lovers Oracle. What is their intentions, or just what wants to come out when it comes to this connection? What are their intentions? Or do you have any advice for group number 1? Honestly, just whatever. Give us something. Give us something to work with. Okay. That was a bit too much. Spirit, thank you. I think that one fell out. Okay. That one was facing the other way. So we have 2 cards. 2 cards, 2 people on each card. This one says, only time will tell. And you had the perfect timing message as well. So this feels like a situation where you kind of just have to wait, honestly, and see what happens. Just being honest. And then we have this one, which says, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. This person does have feelings for you. And look, Page of Cups, we literally see the ocean. Literally. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. But they just have this tiny cup to express that to you. They're so awkward when it comes to expressing their emotions, guys. But they're trying, very clumsily. Give them some grace. They'll get better with time. All right. I want to get some channeled messages. I want to do a little stalky. Now, there are 2 decks. There's technically 3 decks I'm getting channeled messages from, but these 2 are very harsh, okay? So if there's any like startling messages that come out at first, take it easy. I'm going to listen to my intuition and see what they're trying to say. That one immediately fell out and jumped right across the room. Okay, it says, I want to be more than friends. And also, I want to add, I want to be more than friends with benefits as well. Like, this person actually does want something serious with you, for sure. Anything else? What is their hidden truth? We have, I want to feel that way again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this person really has the hots for you. This one says, I am becoming a better person. I feel like they're trying to actively get better at sharing their feelings and being better for you. So honestly, like, don't be shy about letting this person know what you need in order to feel loved, in order to feel secure, because they'll try to do it for you. I think they'll actually listen to you. And we have, I'm starting to understand our connection. Oh my gosh, guys. Yeah, no, this deck really is very brutal with some of the cards. And you got really, like, all good ones. So I think that goes to show that their intentions are serious for you. But they may just be someone who moves a bit slower than you. And honestly, their feelings are so deep, so intense. And they've never had this happen before. So, I mean, I have the goosebumps, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, you don't have to wait for this person if you feel like you're waiting. Honestly, I don't even feel like you feel like you're waiting. I feel like you feel like this will all unfold in perfect timing. This will all unfold exactly as it's supposed to be, okay? Now keep what I just said in mind with this deck as well about the messages. We have, I am happy where we are now. I don't plan on ascending commitment. Okay. And then we have, I'm sorry, this is so funny. So this is a homemade deck, by the way. Let me just read that again. These 2 cards came out together, mind you. I am happy where we are at now. I don't plan on ascending commitment. And then it says, I plan on ascending our level of commitment. Guys, I mean, this perfectly summarizes the uneasiness you're feeling in this relationship. This person had 0 intentions of, being in committed anything, not just with you, with anyone. And I think maybe even in the beginning of your relationship, and I just saw 2121. Oh my God, I keep seeing this number. Even in the beginning of your relationship, actually it's 1021. I'm filming this on 1021, so the date is on my laptop, and then it's 1021 at night. So maybe significant numbers for some of you watching. But guys, this literally summarizes things. Like in the beginning of your relationship with them or your connection with them, you may have very much picked up on the fact that they didn't want anything serious. And now things are starting to change, like big time, okay? Their feelings are getting big, okay? And you may be feeling this psychically as well. Just intuitively feeling that things are shifting within them, and they're really warming up to the idea of having a future with you a lot. So, I don't know, guys. Let's see. Channeled messages from Group 1's person. How do they feel about Group 1? What are their intentions for Group 1? And again, this is another handmade deck. One of these days, I'll print these. If any of you watching are an oracle or tarot publisher, feel free to reach out to me. I think these are very powerful decks, personally. All right, hold on. Alrighty. Quite a few channeled messages, channeled feelings. We have the Ace of Cups. You gotta be kidding me. I'm starting to realize just how much I love you. I want to start something new with you. I mean, literally, this summarized what we just said. I am starting to realize just how much I love you. I want to start something with you. I effing love you, falling in love. I want your babies. Said that earlier. New relationship energy. Yeah, this feels very new to them. And so if you've already been having feelings and been having serious intentions, just know that may not have been reciprocated in the past, yes. However, Spirit wants you to know the past is in the past. This person is really falling for you right now. And you know what? That's fine. Sometimes we can't always be 100% on the same page with people all of the time. So I'm not worried about it. We have the 7 of Cups. Oh my gosh, this back and forth energy. Again, I don't know what I want. I overthink everything. I daydream about this connection, but I have a hard time trusting my emotions. I feel that, guys, for this person. They are so back and forth logically, in their head. They're an overthinker, big time. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't do this, but I want it. I feel like in the end, they're going to choose the path of commitment with you and choosing you and having something serious with you, but they are so clumsy when it comes to trusting and listening to their own emotions. And they also have not really experienced emotions like this before, which does not help. We have the 5 of Wands. Oh my gosh, I am jealous. I feel like I need to compete for you. Yeah, their feelings are very intense. And those intense feelings, unfortunately, do lead to jealousy when they're not around you. They wonder where you're at. You may also be someone who has a lot of attention, or if you're technically single, okay, you're technically single, if you ain't put a ring on it, we have the 3 of Cups as well. I love flirting with you. I believe love should be lighthearted and fun. So there's that lighthearted suntime. What am I trying to say? Sunny energies. A friendship that's flirty, good vibes. Although we did see earlier, they wanted more than friendship. So this connection has emotional healing. We saw that earlier as well. Friendship first, party and celebration. And we have Wheel of Fortune. I want to come back. I feel like we are fated to be together. Now, this is what I was picking up on earlier. If this person's spiritual, they are receiving sign after sign of they are fated, they are destined to be with you. Okay? If they're not spiritual, if they don't believe in any of that stuff, it's just a very strong pull towards you for them. All right? Strong intuition, surprise communication and visits. They may be doing that. That's your sign that they're really into you guys. Unexpected reappearances. If they're an ex, coming back. Big unexpected changes. Wow. Holy moly, guys. All right, we're going to finish off with some advice from your spirit guides, or from the romance angels, rather. Advice from the... Oh, pay attention to the red flags. Oy. You know what? Just because they're in their feely wheelies and want something deep with you, and they're warming up to you, that does not mean you should be yep, I trust you 100%, here I am. Spirit wants you to look at this from the perspective of self-preservation. And don't just jump into this person's arms because they want it. And also what I want to say is don't let this person think that you already want a relationship with them, you're already ready and you're just waiting on them. And they can just take their sweet old time, strike the fear of God into this person by letting them know that you're not waiting around for them. Is that evil to say? I don't know. The signs are cautioning you. Don't, and here's my thing, guys. Red flags technically means like stop, do not proceed at all. And we did have this T-was out in reverse. I don't know, guys. You're going to have to listen to your own intuition with this. What are their intentions for you? They want to come back or they want to commit further. They're still kind of like back and forth about it and not trusting their emotions. Now, here's the thing, guys. We're just reading this from their perspective. Okay, that's something we have to keep in mind. None of this reading was from your perspective or your guides. So I'm not going to sit here and say, like, don't get me wrong, just because we're getting their intentions and they're serious, that does not necessarily mean it's in your best interest to pursue them. Now, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that it's not an option that you can explore here. I'm just very curious as to what your intuition is saying about this person and what your spirit guides have to say about this person. But that's a whole different reading. All right, whole different reading. You can go back on my channel and see if any readings will help you, learn more about that. You may just need more information if you're having a hard time listening to your intuition about this person. But their intentions are for real. We have the card Retreat coming out as well. And we literally see like a wedding gown and a tux here. And I keep getting messages about like rest and rejuvenation, retreat, healing, personal happiness. Like they're so calm around you. It's time to disconnect from the world. It may be time for you to go within and really ask yourself some deep questions about this relationship, or go out one-on-one with this person and ask them questions to get to know if you even want to be with them. That's what your angels are recommending you do. Instead of sitting here worrying so much about, do they want me, do they not want me? Spirit's saying, girl, ask yourself if you want them. Like, do you even know what they're offering you? Like, do you know what they have to offer you in the future? Do you know what they want, like 5-10 years down the line? Like, what's going on here? Go within your own gosh darn self. Group number 1. That is your reading. I will leave it there. Thank you for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you want a personal reading with me, one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my spiritual life coaching sessions there and my goddess energy intention oil there. Thank you guys. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what your person's intentions are towards you and your relationship. And let's also see what they're perceiving your intentions in this relationship as. So this left-hand side is going to represent them and where they're at when it comes to this connection and what their intentions may be. I just more so am using this as an energy check. And this right-hand side is going to represent how they are perceiving you in this relationship and what they're perceiving your energy and intentions as. So this right-hand side may not 100% resonate with you, or it may. This is simply how they're perceiving you, okay? So keep that in mind. And if none of this portion of this reading resonates at all and you're like, who the heck is this reading for? You may want to go back and select another group, or there just may not be any messages for you in today's reading. On the other hand, if you find yourself more as this left-hand side and your person more as this right-hand side, you can watch the video, but it'll really just be, you looking at your own intentions in this relationship, which, for some reason, maybe spirit wants you to see that, or you may again have to go back, select another group, or there just may not be any messages for you. So I want to take a look at these runes first for you. The first rune out on the left-hand side is Hagalaz, and it's out in reversed. So this is their overall energy in this connection. And, this is giving me a lot of anxiety. And this center rune here is Uruz, which also is giving me a lot of anxiety. They're pretty similar in that we have uncertainty here with them. There's a lot of uncertainty when it comes to this connection. There is a lot of cautiousness and really bad planning on their end, to be honest. Like, I don't think they're thinking this relationship through, like, thoroughly, and I just keep getting like anxiety coming from them, which is interesting. And, you know, Uru's being their intention for this relationship, when this is in reverse, which it is in reversed, it really just represents some like rough times and feeling very overwhelmed and having a hard time asserting oneself and speaking one's true intention. So I don't know what the heck is going on in your person's life here, but yeah, there seems to be a lot going on. Now, how they're perceiving your intentions in this relationship, you have the rune Awaz, and it's upright, and this is a very strong and powerful rune, upright, and it's honestly the perfect rune for relationships because it typically like represents two horses moving together in the same direction. It shows good leadership, good partnership, and wanting to work as a team and move things forward, commit to each other, commit to a certain course of action with someone else. So they're perceiving you in a very good light so far based off these runes, but for whatever reason, I'm getting so much anxiety from them and uncertainty from them. So let's dive into this. Here's their energy in your connection. They're being represented by the shark spirit, which is a water animal. So they could be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, but they don't have to. And, you know, the shark is a very misunderstood creature. But if we think about the shark spirit and what they do, they are relentless. They constantly have to keep swimming, keep moving in order to stay alive, essentially. And so right away, I ask if your person has a history of moving, like literally moving a lot, moving from town to town, country to country, place to place. And I feel like they may be worried about where they need to live in the future for some of you. So I don't know if you guys are from the same town or if they may have not really settled in the place where you guys are at right now. So they may not, like you may be living in the same city or same town, but in their mind before they met you, perhaps they didn't really see themselves settling there, or they may have to move, or they may have always kind of considered themselves to move in the future. So I don't know, I am seeing something like that for a lot of you, and that may be giving them a lot of anxiety in this connection, especially if they're really, really into you, because it's like, well, what if I have to move, you know? But I find it interesting that the shark is kind of going over towards you. So I mean, I'm intuitively feeling that they want to move forward with you. They want to move in your direction and move together, but they have tremendous amount of anxiety and perhaps overthinking about the logistics of like, how will this actually work? So let's see what their intentions are, if they have a timeline in mind. Oh, we have yes. We have yes. So this is a very positive sign. That confirms what I just said. They do want to move towards you. They want to move forward with you. But again, I'm just picking up on so much anxiety. It's like they can't stop moving. They may also be very fidgety. They may also have told you like, oh, I don't sleep that much, or I don't need that much sleep, which I always feel like is so weird. I don't know why people like brag about that, because scientifically it's untrue. Like whenever people brag to me like, oh yeah, I only get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, like I don't need to sleep that much, and I'm like, no, you're chronically exhausted, but you've just gotten so used to it that you probably don't realize. And I don't know, I always find it interesting when people brag about that. But that's a little side note. Their energy in this relationship is the thinking man. So they could be masculine, they could be a man for a lot of you, probably most of you. Obviously they don't have to, but what this does show me is that they are very much contemplating this relationship, extremely so, really thinking about it all the time. And I just intuitively feel like they're not even telling you how much they think about you, how much they think about this connection, because here's the thing, they want to move forward with you. I see that very strongly. They want this to unfold in a beautiful way that works for both of you, but they are really overanalyzing the heck out of this. So that's interesting. I want to see how they're perceiving you in this connection though. But also I want to point out, do you notice how this thinking man also is like sort of facing in this direction towards you, towards your side here? So that is something we can pay attention to as well. All right. So you're being represented by the raccoon spirit. Wow. Shrouded in mystery for sure. This is earth energy, so you could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You don't have to though. And yeah, I think it's really interesting. They're kind of viewing you a bit as a mystery, a bit mischievous. Also, I think they admire the way that your mind works. I think they view you as a very intelligent person who is, like, I don't know if you're like frugal or good with money or really good with business, something like that. Or like even just like the way you went about your life and your life plan. I think I don't know why I'm getting the message like they really admire your life plan, if you have a life plan. Like they admire the way that you think about the future and how you save for the future and how you are trying to get yourself to, like, I don't know, the best lifestyle possible. I think they really admire that. You're not somebody who just, well, maybe you were someone in the past who just kind of did everything spontaneously, spent all your money spontaneously, whatever. But at least now, in this present moment, they're perceiving you as like this person who's highly intelligent, thinks about the future, plans accordingly, but also like they only see a little bit of you right now. Whereas if you see here, a lot of them is exposed by this light. Like you see a lot of them. Now there is some darkness underneath them, so I feel like there's still a lot more that you can discover about them, but you're almost entirely shrouded in darkness here. So that tells me that you probably know more about this person than they know about you. So if you do want this relationship to move forward quicker, I would recommend revealing more information about yourself and your intentions and just opening up more in general if I were you. Okay. Now, what do they perceive as like your timeline and approach in this relationship? We see ask for help from others. Very interesting. I wonder if you've told this person before that like you are really, really close with your friends. You tell your friends everything, or if you have certain people in your life who you tell everything and they pick that up from you. I wonder if I feel like your person, and this may or may not be accurate, guys. Remember, this side is completely subjective. It's like kind of representing how they view you. I think they're keeping in mind that the opinions of your friends and family may be highly important for you. So they're also worrying about that. Like they're approaching things from that angle. You know, kind of deciding on their course of action from the perspective of what would group number two's friends or family say to them if I did this or that. So I don't know why. They're really an overthinker, I think. And they're perceiving your energy as 6th chakra in reversed Archangel Metatron. Okay, this is your third eye chakra. And now, on one hand, I am seeing them as perceiving you as extremely psychic and perceptive. Really, like you're someone who reads between the lines. I also feel like you're someone who may be really hard to lie to or really hard to like hide things from. In fact, you may have said things to this person before that freaked them out, whether you realized it or not. For example, they may have like had a thought come up into their head like, oh, should I tell group number 2 this or not? Like, I don't know. And then in person, like right before they were about to bring it up, you may have like brought something almost exactly like it up. I don't know. I think that you say things that they're about to say to you a lot. And I don't know if you're someone who like constantly has synchronicities and coincidences happening all around you. But like, I think the thing here is, one of two things are happening. One, they believe in all this spiritual stuff and they're like very like shocked at how connected you are and perhaps even a little bit scared, to be honest, or they don't believe in it at all. And you sometimes like freak them out a lot. Like they just think that you have a lot of coincidences, quote unquote, that happen with them. Or, yeah, I don't know. So it could really, that whole psychic spiritual connection thing is really standing out here though. So I feel like you kind of freak them out sometimes with how perceptive you are. And definitely I feel like because of that, you know, because there has been times before where you have said things that they wanted to tell you, or like maybe you like caught a lie, or like caught something that they weren't saying that they should have said, or maybe they've just seen you do that with other people. I don't know. They just perceive you as very, very intuitive, and I feel like because of that, now they don't want to hide anything from you, which is a good thing. It's a good thing, and they keep that in mind as well. Okay, they don't want to do wrong by you because they perceive you as very sharp, very intelligent, and someone who can't be messed with, okay? Interesting. But also a little bit shrouded in mystery. They want to get to know you better. All right. So I'm going to pull some cards, some tarot cards from the After Tarot. This is a tarot deck that I enjoy. It's kind of like the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, but it's almost like the scene after in each card. You'll see. I forget how many cards I pulled for group number 1, so we'll just go with our intuition here. All right. Wow, the 8 of Wands came out. What are their intentions for you? Well, I think they're going to come forward for sure with the 8 of Wands being the first card out. The 8 of Wands is all about text messages, calls, invitations. So this person may invite you out very soon, or invite you to some sort of date, get together that you can say yes to if you want. Definitely expect communication pretty soon. Some of you may even get a text or call from them today within the next few minutes, hours. I don't know how close you guys are. I don't know the dynamics of your relationships, but I definitely feel like this person will be inviting you to something very soon, reaching out to you definitely with the 8 of Wands. That is their intention at this moment that you are watching. Second card out, 7 of Swords. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And in this deck, we see here someone, it's like this guy is stealing from this army back here, right? And he's leaving 2 swords, so he's not stealing everything, but this is like the opposing army. So he's really happy about this, as we see from the yellow in the background, because he's like serving himself. He's serving his army by stealing this army's swords. However, in the After Tarot, he's literally like smiling, happy, and about to fall right into a trap here. So I need to see the next cards, guys. Like, this is juicy stuff. We have the Ace of Swords. Definitely confirmation of communication coming in, invitation out, and a new direction here. Oh, 3 of Swords in reversed. Okay, if any of you are separated at all, like if any of you, like this is an ex we're talking about, I definitely see them wanting to come back into your life. 3 of Cups in a very sneaky way if they're your ex. Not like sneaky, but like, you know, they may be your friend. They may like be building this friendship, 3 of Cups up first. And they may have ulterior motives here to maybe see if you can get back together. Or, I mean, here's the thing, guys. Right now, regardless of where you're at with the person that you asked about, I definitely feel like they want to keep like this friendship energy up first and foremost. Let's see what the final card is. 2 of Pentacles reverse. Okay. Whoever this is in your life, they want to keep your current friendliness. Like, they don't want to like lose that. Like, how do I put this? I feel like friendship to them is like the minimum that they want, the foundation of everything else. And they may want to build upon that with you. Possibly, but for right now, I don't know why. With these cards that are coming out, I feel like they really, really have a lot of fun with you. They enjoy your relationship, and they don't want anything toxic here for sure. They want to keep communicating. They want to keep hanging out. They want to keep building this friendship up. One weird thing that I'm seeing though is like, I'm very confused about like romance for some reason. So this leads me to believe, I wonder if some of you who select group number 2, like this is an ex that you're asking about, or if this is a friend who you have never like hooked up with before at all, who you may be getting like a feeling that they have a thing for you. For some of you, this could even be like a friends with benefits, or someone that you're like kind of dating, but you're not in a relationship yet. I feel like the majority of you will fall into one of those categories here. Because, you know, I'm getting strong friendship energy, but then this confusion of like, you know, well, do I take it to that romantic level? Do I take it to that next step, to a relationship level? And we see here, like, this person taking it to the next level, they're falling into a trap. So I am really, really confused here. I want to clarify the 7 of Swords also, because it feels very out of place in this reading, especially with the 3 of Swords reversed. This is a really good card in reverse because it shows healing from old arguments and wounds. And then it's right next to the 3 of Cups, which is a beautiful sign. Like, these are all beautiful. Healing from the past, talking about the past, and enjoying each other's company in the present moment. So clarify the 7 of Swords, Spirit. Why did the 7 of Swords come out? As group number two's person's intentions, we have the Nine of Swords. Oh, they're overthinking. Yeah, that's what I felt earlier. Definitely overthinking things. Well, if I push it to that next step, will they think that like I'm just trying to use them? Will they think that, or they may even be afraid of getting hurt themselves. Like they don't want to get hurt again. They don't want you to like cheat on them or whatever. Like they don't want you to hurt them. They don't want to hurt you. They're really afraid of hurt, whether it's, you know, you being hurt, them being hurt. And I feel like they're acknowledging that when that deeper emotional level happens, the chances of getting hurt increases, which is true. I mean, that's true with everything though, you know, the more emotionally involved you are with something, the more you can end up being disappointed or hurt. But, you know, you have to take that risk if you want the chance to be loved and, you know, have them fulfilling memories and stuff. So, what are their intentions? They're definitely going to reach out to you. Definitely stay in contact with you for sure. I'm seeing that. They want to let go of the past if there's any negative past between you. And they want to keep enjoying your friendship for sure. But I am very confused if they're going to move forward. It feels like they're quite undecided if you ask me. Let's clarify the Two of Pentacles in reversed. Why is the Two of Pentacles in reversed? Because usually the Two of Pentacles represents juggling a lot. Six of Pentacles. Okay. They're wondering if they can give you everything that you need, and they're wondering if you can give them everything that they need. So there is that kind of question here. Like, will I be able to meet all of group number two's emotional needs? And also, will they be able to meet my emotional needs? And that goes hand in hand with this fear over here of like, will I end up getting hurt? Will group number two end up getting hurt? So I mean, it feels very dual. It feels very like they're worried about both. Like they don't want to hurt you and they don't want to use you. They don't want to get used and they don't want to get hurt. So I don't know. Wow, really interesting. Right now, what are their intentions? They feel very undecided about how to go forward. They feel very in their head, but they don't want to lose the friendship they have with you. So I feel like at the very least, they are going to keep seeing you and keeping things where they're at, and definitely expect some communication to come through in the future. I want to ask Spirit, because Ace of Swords, especially with like the Eight of Wands, this represents like a sort of like opportunity or offer that'll come through in the form of communication. So like they'll literally be asking you something. What will they be asking you? Oh, okay, that came out right away. The Hermit reversed. They'll want to hang out with you because you make them feel less lonely. You are a beloved companion. Can we get more clarification on that? And you may find them, ooh, the Devil. Oh gosh. All right, well, so for a lot of you, next time they reach out, they may also be wanting something akin to what's going on at the bottom of this card here. For those of you who may or may not be blind, it is two people kissing each other on top of each other naked. Okay, so you get the picture. All right. Yeah, this really leads me to believe that if you do have a physical connection with this person, you may not yet be in a committed relationship with them. I mean, if you are in a committed relationship, I really don't know if this is your reading, to be honest. It feels like very much friends with benefits, or even just friendships that haven't gone anywhere, but, you know, the benefit part could definitely unfold. There's definitely attraction here, guys, though. Like, they are very sexually attracted to you. And you also make them feel less alone. So, I mean, there's the companionship, there's the friendship, there's the physical element. What feels like it's lacking is the title for some reason. And again, I feel like that title is lacking because of fears here. Like, they want this relationship to be equal if we were to go in that way. And they don't want you to get hurt. They don't want to get hurt. Okay, I want to ask Spirit, like, why won't... I had the perfect question on my mind and now I can't remember it. Why won't they make a decision? Is that what I was gonna ask? Why won't they make a decision on this? Why not just like give a title? 10 of Wands reversed. They're not sure if either you or them can offer that level of commitment and that level of responsibility, because it is a responsibility. I mean, 10 of Wands is a card that shows like he was carrying these wands to this village, right? To support his family. And it's a very loving card, honestly. We don't talk about it that often, but he's doing this as a labor of love. But it is a responsibility. It's his job to carry these heavy wands up the mountain and to his village. So the 10 of Wands kind of represents having so many responsibilities and commitments already that there's not really room for any more. So maybe your person is just in general very busy, or in general like they have a lot to worry about already, whether it's their job, their family, their location. Like I said from the beginning, some of you guys, like they may not have even been like planning to stay where you guys are living. There's something here getting in the way, stressing them out. I feel like they're undecided. Spirit, will they like decide on whether or not they want to commit in a relationship? We have the World and the Two of Wands in reverse. Oh wow. The World tells me yes, they will make a decision eventually. So I do want to say that like this cycle will end. It definitely will not last like this forever. Two of Wands reverse though definitely tells me they're not decided yet at this time. So it's hard to get their like what they will decide on, okay? Because whenever someone's undecided about something, as a psychic who can read into the future, I can tell you like that which future paths they're contemplating, but I can't tell you which one will happen because they're undecided. Does that make sense? So I can read into the future based off of where you're currently at and what you currently decided on. But if there's a lot of indecisive energy in someone's aura, I guess you could say, it's really hard to do a future reading for them because there are so many future paths for that person that I can see into. And, you know, I can always read into the most likely future path, but with this person, it feels very split down the middle. I don't know if they're going to take it a step further or not. So we're going to get more cards though. Don't you worry. You know, I'm not going to leave you hanging here. All right. So this is from the Lovers Oracle. Let's just shuffle and see if any cards pop out. I love these cards so much, but they are so hard to shuffle. They're big and they're shaped like hearts if you can't see the screen. All right, we had 3 cards come out. All right, we'll keep it at that. So this was the first card that came out. Look at that image. It is couples embracing with a snake wrapped around them, kind of shaped like a heart, and some ivy growing up the arm, surrounded by the color blue. And it says power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Okay, Spirit is saying, guys, if you don't feel like waiting for this person, you have the power to walk away at any point here, okay? Spirit really wants you to know that. Like, you don't have to keep putting up with their indecisive energy or, you know, just like keeping things where they're at here. If you're not happy where things are currently at and this person's giving you no indication of deciding or anything, like you can walk away at any point. Spirit's giving you that permission. They're saying, I understand. Then we have this card here. It's a beautiful naked woman coming out of what I think is, what flower is that? Like a lotus. And there's the sun over her head, a rainbow surrounding her. The card is yellow. It's very happy. And it says freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Wow. This reminds me of that quote, you know, if you wanted to, you will. If he wanted to, he will. If she wanted to, she would. Which essentially says, like, people say that when they're with someone who does not, like, treat them right, and they keep waiting and waiting and waiting for them to change or for them to, like, you know, be less busy or whatever, and to give them the proper love they deserve. But then people will say, well, if they wanted to, they would. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how busy someone is. If you want something from someone, like if you want to love someone, if you want to treat them right, you know, they'll do it. I remember when I was so broke, like I literally was only making like a couple $1,000s a year, okay? And I was madly in love with someone, and I remember for their birthday, I bought them a very expensive watch. It was like $300, which, you know, expensive for me. All right, I don't know, some of you watching are probably like, that's not expensive, whatever. Expensive for most people, and I barely had money, and yet I somehow still found a way to do that just purely out of love and devotion and like generosity, because I wanted to. But that person, you know, made like way more money than I did, and they never bought anything like that for me, and they barely took me out, you know. And I'm not trying to compare and contrast. I'm not trying to say this person that you're dealing with is like that, but Spirit is saying like self-love and freedom is something you need to embody here in order to move forward, whether you move forward alone or with this person, okay? And then your final card is this, and it's two heads sort of next to each other and some flowers, some ivies. It's very like abstract, and there seems to be like a white bird above them, a white dove above them. Usually white birds represent monogamy, so it says twin flames. Oh my gosh, your passion ignites. I don't like the phrase twin flames, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but what I can say is that there's definitely a lot of passion amongst you two, and a lot of like learning to be had amongst you two. Wow, okay, so I see what we're dealing with here. I'm gonna pick some more cards for you. We're gonna get some channeled messages from your person to you. What are their true feelings? So we're gonna get their true, raw, authentic feelings. Now these first two decks I'm gonna use, I'm gonna give you like a little trigger warning. They're pretty aggressive, so like don't freak out right away when you see the messages, because some of these cards are really aggressive. I'm gonna pull them and see what my own like psychic abilities and feelings are getting from these cards, okay? So let's see. All right, we have three cards that came out for you from this Hidden Truth Oracle. First, we had you and I were too young. Okay, interesting. You can apply this message however it resonates with you. If there's an age gap here, I wonder if they're worrying that you're too young or they're too young, whoever the younger person is. They may be worrying about that age. Or if this is an ex you're talking about, they may have felt like you were both too young and immature, even if you're like old. All right, it doesn't matter how old you are. So like this person may have just thought like, I wasn't ready, you weren't ready, whatever. We have the message, I remember every detail of that day. I feel like this person remembers a lot that you tell them. They remember a lot about you. I think honestly, they care a lot about you. They remember everything. And I remember everything. I want to feel that way again. So yeah, oh my gosh, your person might be like really horny for you. I'm sorry guys, but like, I feel that from them. Like, I want to be with you again. I want to feel that way with you again. They may fantasize about you in that regard, to be honest. And they're really, really craving having that again. Especially if this is an ex that you're talking about and you have not had that in a long time. Also, I want to say, for those of you who are considering just keeping this a friendship or like going back to a friendship where it is not physical because they're undecided, I feel like they are going to like nonstop like keep thinking about you. Like there's no going back at this point. I feel like with them, there's no going back. Like they are going to crave you. So I mean, for some of you, I'm gonna just give you my personal opinion. I think that might be the wake-up call they need to make a decisive move. Possibly. Like, I'm not trying to like say like, have these ultimatums if you're friends with benefits, like, okay, no more benefits until you decide if you want to be in a relationship with me or not. Well, actually, what's wrong with that? Why am I talking myself out of giving you this advice? What is wrong with that? Like, if you want a relationship, and this person's just giving you like friends with benefits or whatever, I think drawing those boundaries, will give you the answer you need, I don't know. All right. We're going to get the second kind of aggressive deck. This one I made myself. I made this deck too harsh, guys. Every time I use this, I'm like, oh my God. Let's see. But there are some good messages in here. We'll see what comes out. I have financial or health issues that, wow, I can't read my own handwriting, affect our connection. Doesn't that look like perfect? Spelled wrong. Affect our connection. Okay. So I see that here with the Two of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Wands that came out. I don't know where it is, but it came out as a clarifier. This person may have like low finances. They may be really focused on career or school or something like that. And they're very stressed out by that. So that may be taking up a lot of their focus at this time. And that it may be taking that focus away from this connection. All right, I am clingy and insecure. Wow, your person may get jealous. The second you pull back, group number 2, I feel like they get really insecure about that. And here's the thing, I'm honestly intuitively feeling a disorganized attachment style here. Now, if you're not familiar with the attachment styles, there is anxious attachment, which means you like need to cling on. It's essentially clinginess, because you fear that that person is going to like leave you or betray you or whatever. There's avoidant attachment style, which is like you, again, similar fear. You're afraid that you'll get hurt or your needs won't be met. And so you like kind of back away from the relationship so that you don't get hurt. And then there's secure attachment, which is like, you know, you build love naturally and beautifully over time. It's like essentially healthy. But there's a fourth one called disorganized, which is essentially a mixture between anxious and avoidant. And it's like you are emotionally you're clingy. Like you want to keep talking to that person. You want to talk to them nonstop. You know what they're doing, know what they're up to. You may get jealous, you may get insecure, whatever. However, that overwhelms you and may cause you to withdraw and act avoidantly sometimes. And it can kind of even be like very back and forth, like a swing sometimes. So if you've been feeling like that hot and cold type of energy from this person, you know, that may be why, all right? But yeah, I definitely am getting some, not like possessiveness, maybe a little bit of possessiveness, like jealousness, like they don't want to see you with someone else. I value our platonic connection most. We picked up on that earlier. Definitely, we did. I value our platonic connection most. And they don't want to lose that, which is why they're afraid to like take it any further. I feel like they really, really just like being friends with you. And I will never cheat or lie. That's a good message. I like that. Wow. So you can trust this person, okay? You can definitely trust them. They will never cheat or lie. They're clingy. I feel like a very monogamous energy from them as well. So yeah, they're like not like, once they're like into someone, I feel like that's the only person they're really into. So yeah. All right. Channeled messages from your person. And then after this, we're going to get some advice from the romance angels and wrap this up. Okay. Wow. All right. A lot of cards just came out. Let's see. Going once, going twice, going thrice. All right. Lots of feelings from your person. Let's see what they are. This is another homemade deck. We have judgments. I'm trying to make a decision about this connection. Well, we already picked up on that a lot. They're realizing the potential of this being a really good relationship. They're addressing past issues within themselves or within your connection. A spiritual awakening was triggered within them from you. So that's amazing. This relationship is about to change and possible reconciliation. So again, we see that they have not made a decision, but they are actively trying to decide what to do with this right now. And as of right now, their intention is to keep the friendship going strong and to keep hanging out with you. And I do see they will come forward with some communication or like asking you to hang out soon, but they haven't made any clear decisions about whether or not to pursue a relationship with you just yet or try to reconcile with you in a romantic way just yet. I do really feel a deep, like more than friends attraction though from them, which is why they are like really considering something more serious here. But like I said, they haven't decided on that yet. So we have the Hanged Man. Wow, the card of waiting. I don't know if I can commit right now, and I fear you won't wait for me. Oh my gosh, we're getting really clear answers today, guys. We're seeing a story here. They are really undecided, and they are deathly afraid that while they're trying to decide, you're gonna walk away, which honestly, like, I understand why they had that fear, because literally just minutes ago I was like, you know what, if they're undecided, why don't you just like stop having sex with them? Why don't you just get rid of them? Wow. So we see where I stand on that. I want to clarify, guys, that was my talking, like that wasn't channeled messages. So you don't have to listen to that advice. I'm not telling you what to do. Like that was just me thinking out loud for you. And oh my gosh, I hate this. It says slow, painful, slow forward movement, waiting and delays. This relationship exists in limbo. There are factors here that you don't see, and you cannot force this. So group number 2, you cannot force this person to make a decision faster. I want to clarify you on that. So maybe my advice earlier was invalid, but wow. We see the magician. Being in control is what makes me most comfortable. Be aware of the accidental manipulator, know what you want and stand up for it, charismatic goal-getter, charming lover, ambitious, and this person will express what they want, but they are unlikely to compromise. So, they're still debating here, but I feel like they're very charming, and they're trying to do everything that they can. This is what I really feel is their intention right now. They're trying to do everything that they can to get you to not leave them while they're making a decision on this relationship. I feel like that's their biggest fear here, that that they're gonna take too long and you're gonna leave. So right now, if it feels like, if you have the question in your mind, like, is this person just like manipulating me into staying in this limbo and they have no intentions of being with me, I want to say no, that is not their intention. However, it's very close to their intention, which is kind of keeping you in this limbo right now so that they can make a decision, because right now they feel undecided. So I want to say this person is not manipulating you in a bad way. They're just manipulating you to not get too impatient with them. And by manipulation, I don't mean like anything bad. It's just like when they sense you pulling your energy back a little bit, they may like pull forward a bit and be like, oh, wait, no. And I get why you're worried that would be like manipulation, because that is a manipulation tactic. But like I said, it's coming from a place of like trying to buy their time, not because they want to just keep dragging you along. I feel like I said, they don't want to hurt you. Remember earlier, I was like, their two biggest fears is hurting you or you hurting them, or them not being able to give enough to you or you not being able to give enough to them. That is a fear that they have even right now with what they're doing. Like, I don't want to hurt them by like dragging them along, but I am genuinely undecided yet, because there's a lot more factors here about this relationship that isn't even involved with the relationship. So it's not like they're deciding, is group number 2 good enough for me or not? It's like, no, there's literally other factors like moving, job, career, like other things that you don't see here. Maybe they have kids, whatever. So yeah, I don't feel like this person's bad. I feel like their energy is very neutral to positive. They just feel very undecided right now. Like, that's literally what I'm seeing. Oh my God. All right. We have the Ace of Wands. I knew it. I knew it. I am so sexually turned on and passionate about you. This person, like, they're okay. I'm not going to say what I was about to say because this is YouTube, not an X-rated video, but they are constantly stimulated by you. Let's just say that. They think about you in that regard a lot. And also, honestly, what I want to say here that I'm feeling intuitively, and also we had some confirmations of this with the white bird that was on that card and the I'm clingy message here. I feel like when they get like turned on, they pretty much only think of you. And I know some of y'all will think that's crazy. I mean, obviously they find other people attractive, but like, really? And you know what? Here's something to talk about. Did you guys know that like when you stop watching porn, your mind literally just starts thinking of people you see and like situations you have in real life? Like, I know that some of you are like, that's common sense, but like, I swear to God, at least in the culture that I grew up in, like, it's very normal to be surrounded by that. But if you really like stop watching and reading that, your whole mindset changes, and like you get like way more like hot and heavy about real life people and the people you are involved with. So I wonder if your person does not watch or read any of that, because it feels to me that they're like really, really into you in that way, which is amazing. I love that, honestly. But yeah. Raw animalistic passion towards you. They want to see you more. Their body craves you. There's a physical hormonal compatibility between you two, and they think about you sexually. So thank you guys for possibly demonetizing this video. Speaking of, we have the devil. I just want every inch of your body and love to myself. And then in parentheses, it says red flags. So I do think that this person, like it says, I am clingy and insecure. They have some possessive energies within them that I think they're self-aware about. And it says greedy or selfish behavior. I think they're self-aware about it, which is why they have this fear of like I don't want to hurt group number 2. I don't want to hurt group number 2, but I just want to keep them all to myself. I don't want them to go anywhere. And like, I think they're aware of what they're capable of. and they like control and manipulation. Like they don't want to accidentally lead you on, but how do I put it? It's not their intention to lead you on. That's the thing. They're just trying to decide. And I feel like they would totally understand if you did not want to keep seeing them because they're undecided about the future. Also, codependency may be something that they're prone to, or they have been prone to, and it says this relationship is not balanced. And remember over here, 2 of Pentacles in reversed, and I kept saying like they're afraid that it'll be unbalanced, like either on your side or their end here. I really feel this fear within them for whatever reason. They feel like they may not be able to give as much to you that you give to them, or vice versa. And yeah, I mean, that vice versa, if you weren't able to give as much to them, that could be rooted in their insecurity. Like they may be afraid. And listen, I'm not trying to say they're bad, because I think they're self-aware of all this and working on it, hopefully. For example, it could be like if you have a lot of friends, they may get possessive, like, oh my gosh, they have all these friends, like they're not going to have enough time for me. Like what if they don't have enough time for me? So I mean, like, and they're aware of this behavior within themselves, which I think is a green flag, honestly, that they're at least aware of it. But yeah, these are just some of the things that are on their mind when they're debating whether or not they want a deeper relationship, because again, they don't want to hurt you. They don't want to get hurt. We have the Hierophant coming out. You make me more spiritually aware. I have learned so much from you. Yeah, we saw a spiritual awakening that happened within them because of you. They're acknowledging the sacredness of this union, committed partnership, and marriage. So this is actually giving us a clear sign that they want that. This person may also believe in marriage, at least with you, but they still need to obviously make a decision before we even get to there. Spiritual ascension, student-teacher dynamic, soul contracts. We have 2 more channeled messages. There's a lot of channeled feelings here. We have the Fool. I'm just a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Sorry, I'm a bad singer, but listen to Linger by the Cranberries. There may be some lyrics there that describe how they feel about you. I'm also getting the song Under My Thumb by the Rolling Stones. Under my thumb is I don't remember any of the other lyrics, but it's essentially it's a song kind of about manipulation. Like, I could do whatever I want to this person. They're under my thumb. There's this wild cat of a woman in my control here. So it's so weirdly like back and forth. They're like totally under your spell, feeling like they're wrapped around your finger, under your thumb. But then at the same time, they feel like they can do that to you as well. Weird energy coming from them. Wow. Anyways, the Fool says, I'm so excited about you. It makes me feel like an idiot. And it says new relationship energy, innocence, loyalty, and devotion, doing anything you say and suggest, stumbling over the words, oh my God, and you make them feel young. Yeah, I really feel like this person is like monogamous to you. So if you have any worries that they're seeing anyone else, I really don't think they are. Like, honestly, even when they touch themselves, I feel like they're only thinking about you. I'm going to be completely honest here. Like, that's what I'm picking up on. But weirdly enough, they're like, it doesn't feel like they're committed to you yet, and they're still deciding on that. So, but it's kind of like they are committed to you. It's just like they're not committed to a future with you yet. I don't know how to put it. And then final card, final channel message. We'll get some more. Queen of Cups. I protect my energy because I'm psychic, empathetic, and into non-mainstream topics. But once I make a connection, I will treasure and love you deeply. Okay, here's the thing about this person, guys. Once you are in a relationship with them, you're gonna feel so safe, loved, and protected, because like they will cherish that until the day they die. Like, I feel like it takes a lot for this person to leave a relationship. Like, really. They have high emotional intelligence, falling in love with you, loving behavior, motherhood, and creative projects, like connection. So some things are for certain here. They definitely love you. They're falling in love with you. They definitely want you, both physically, and I also feel emotionally like they are really seeing the potential that the two of you could have, and they're wanting that as well. But there's so many fears here that they're overthinking, and they're not really decided yet. So that's just something that you should keep in mind. I'm not telling you what to do, because I don't know what the heck you should do in this situation, but luckily, there are spirits in this universe who are smarter than I, and they're called the romance angels, so we will get advice from them on what you should do in this relationship. All right, We have the card getting to know each other coming out here. And it says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this goes all the way back to what I said in the beginning of your reading. With this raccoon card here, I said, if you want this to move forward, reveal more parts of yourself. Have them see your silly side or like get to know you better, because your bond will deepen. So literally just keep hanging out with them, keep talking to them. And I feel like this decision will come sooner, because your bond will keep deepening. Have you felt this like in the past few weeks? Your bond deepening or feeling closer to this person? Spirit is saying just keep doing that if you feel that way, and watch what happens. Okay, just keep on going in that direction. If you haven't been noticing this like deepening, this growth, etc., it'll help them make a decision better. We have very soon. Wow. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you. Now, I feel like this should go to them, but actually, yeah. A spirit is also asking you, instead of waiting for them, ask yourself, do I want to be with them? And, ask them any questions you need to ask in order to make that decision. And, even start treating them like you're the one here who's deciding if you want them or not. And then, try to decide on that very soon, because I think there will be some developments in the very near future. I feel, like I said earlier, I feel like this person is going to hang out with you soon or invite you out. And during that time, get to know each other more, ask serious questions like that will help you decide if you want to know them. And I feel like it will help. For some reason, I just feel like it'll help. We have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Yeah. So this is a card of self-love. Like when you're self-love, when you have your own friends, your own hobbies, when you enjoy life, when you're silly, when you're fun, without a partner, that is when you're most romantically attractive. Whereas when you're waiting for someone to decide on you, when you are yearning, when you are chasing, that is when you're your least romantically attractive. So keep enjoying your life, like legitimately enjoy your life. Get out there and, act accordingly. Like act like you're still single and needing to make yourself happy if you are single. And that's what makes you your most attractive. Like you're not just this person who's going to be waiting around, who is going to be chasing. Like you have your own life. Legitimately, like you have your own life. It's not even acting. It's like just enjoy that life. Stop being in the energy of waiting, and notice how quickly change happens because you're not in the energy of waiting or chasing. All right, we have one card, but I need another one because I like symmetry. Wow. Okay. So first card out was children. Your love life is being affected by children. So either of you could have children, which may be another complicating factor, or you both may want children or pets or something. Like I feel like your perspective on that is the same. And we have final card out, of course, would be the most complicated. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And we saw red flags over here as well with the devil card, and the devil came out twice. So Spirit's saying don't accept any behavior from this person that is below what you're willing to accept. So I mean, honestly, going back to the advice I did say, maybe it was right after all. Like set down boundaries if you want. Like if you already know what you want and you decided what you want, you can set boundaries accordingly. Like if you already know that you want to be in a relationship and this person is like quote unquote dragging their feet, begin setting boundaries by like kind of focusing on the other areas of your life that are working for you and, doing things like that. Like just pay attention, it's not like you can just completely relax. How do I put this? A lot of times when people watch pick a card readings and there's a lot of good messages, like this one, like they love you, they're making a decision, blah, blah, blah. They think, okay, it's all good. I just got to keep waiting then, and that's it. And they just wait for their person to come through. I think with the red flags messages coming out here, Spirit's saying, don't do that. Okay. Just because it's gone good, just because you're like waiting for this person to make a decision, keep acting based off the present moment, not what you are hoping that this person will decide, not based off of the potential you see in this person. If you have to establish boundaries with them, then establish boundaries. And those boundaries may be like, okay, I no longer want to physically be intimate with you if this isn't leading anywhere. It may be not making them the top priority in your life. You know, you may prioritize your friends and other things over them because they're not committed to you. You know what I mean? So I feel like just having boundaries there may help in some way. Spirit's saying, like, don't get 100% comfortable yet, you know, because this person hasn't decided yet. You know what I mean? Like, don't give them the full relationship experience without them committing. You know what I mean? Don't give them the full marriage experience without them committing. So I don't know. I see that coming through from your romance angels. And also they're saying that because of your own sake. Like, it'll just make you happier to have those boundaries. Boundaries aren't designed to punish people. They are designed to keep people in your life without you getting hurt or resentful. Okay. So that's your reading, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope this helped you. Comment your situation down below if you feel comfortable. I would love to read it. And like this video and subscribe. Both really help me out. And if you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3. Let's see what your person's intentions are towards you and what they presume your intentions are towards them. So this left-hand side is going to represent your person and where they're at energetically in this relationship and give us some insights into their intentions. This right-hand side is going to represent how they perceive your energy and what they presume to be your intentions. So this right-hand side may not 100% resonate because this is just how they're perceiving you. So you may disagree with how they're perceiving you, and it doesn't really matter. It's more subjective from their opinion, okay? And we're just fully looking into their intentions here. We're not going to really be looking into you. So if this portion of the reading really doesn't resonate at all, you may need to go back and select another group, or there just may not be any messages for you in today's video. And on the other hand, if you find yourself more on the left-hand side and your person more on the right-hand side, you'll probably get a reading that does look into your intentions towards them, but as I mentioned, you probably won't see their intentions in that case. So again, you may want to go back and select another group, or there just might not be any messages for you today. So to begin, let's take a look at the runes that came out. So the rune that came out representing where they're at and what their intentions are is called Algiz, and it came out in reversed here. And this is the rune of personal protection, looking after oneself. And it's essentially represents, you know, self-regard and being protected by powerful magic, but it is coming out in reversed. And so this is asking your person to really look after themselves, okay? To really put themselves first. And if they do that, events will speed up in their life. So where they're at right now, they're not really, how do I put this? They're looking after their own wants and needs here. And I think they're just assuming that you'll do the same thing. But sorry, I feel like, you know, right now they're in a vulnerable position for whatever reason. They may not have that much money. Their health may be suffering. They may be going through a tough time through school or work. There's just something here that they are not like telling you how stressed out they are, or they don't really talk about the weak position that they find themselves in right now, okay? Your person may be like traditionally masculine, where they don't want other people to know how much they're suffering or how difficult their life is. And so they may or may not even like tell you how much they're suffering at this time. But if you feel like they're being more selfish or like focusing on themselves, having a lot of alone time, it's not because they don't like you. It's because they need to get through this difficult time in their life. So don't be offended by that. Now, in the center, we have how they're perceiving the relationship and their intention for the relationship. And you have Othala in reversed. And, you know, there's something about this relationship where they're worried about either like how their family will perceive it, or there could be something here involving the law, involving legal stuff. So I really feel like a lot of people who selected group number 3 may actually be in a relationship where you're from different countries or cultures, because it feels like a contributing factor. There may be like legal issues of like how long one of you can stay in the country, or there may be like a lot of concerns coming from them about like how how your family will take them on and perceive them, or how you'll, be integrated into their family. There's a lot of worry here about that practical stuff. There's also something here about money and wanting to, how do I put this? If you guys are already in a very established relationship with each other, they're really focused on money and how you'll share that money, or like maybe right now they're kind of focused on like, okay, well, is group number 3 my family? Like, should I put them on all of my, like my will and my, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, do I share these finances with them? Do we keep it separated? Some of you guys, the person you asked about, you may already be engaged to them. I'm feeling quite a few people are already in an established relationship with this person. And right now they're really worrying, I guess, about the integration of your two families. And they're mulling over like how you're going to share finances. And I don't know. It's something like that. So interesting. And even if you're not in a long-term established relationship, this person is already thinking ahead. Okay, they're already thinking ahead, like, how will our families get along? How will, we share money? Maybe you guys have very different economic statuses. I don't know. They're already thinking ahead if you guys are just starting to see each other. I want to say that. So that could be like a good thing and a bad thing. Bad thing because it may at times feel like they're overthinking the relationship. Good thing because they're actually, thinking about the future, which a lot of people don't. So this rune over here on the right hand side will represent how they perceive your intentions and where you stand on this relationship. And the rune Uruz came out. This is the rune of aurochs, which are a big mighty bull that are now extinct, but they were once really a threat. And Uruz is actually really good news. It shows a lot of strength. It shows that your person, I just want to say they view you as very physically beautiful. This is a very physical rune with a lot of health, with a lot of vitality, and wanting to increase speed. So they may pick up from you that you may want to increase the speed of events that happen in this relationship. They view you as very confident, self-assured, knowing what you want, and definitely not someone to mess around with, okay? So that's a good thing. I like that for you. Now let's get into the cards. This side is going to be how they are in this relationship. So the spirit animal that represents them in this relationship is the moth. Wow. They are just drawn to your light. I love it. This is an air animal, so this could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. They could have those signs. They don't have to, though. Very intellectual. I feel like they enjoy talking to you a lot. They enjoy the intellectual companionship. They view you as someone who can keep up with them in conversation. I feel like this person may be a little bit of a sapiosexual. What that means is that they cannot really find themselves attracted to people who they view have like a much lower intelligence as them. So they're really attracted to you because of your intelligence, and also like there's a lot of warmth that you give off. They feel very free with you as well. They feel like they can be themselves. They feel like you are a non-judgmental person. They can show you all of their colors, tell you all of the traumas they've been through, and know that you're not going to judge them. There's also something I'm picking up here about like, you may be really, really particularly unbiased. Like, a lot of people, like, they'll sit here and say, like, oh, I'm not prejudiced, but they do carry a lot of prejudice towards various groups of people or religions or whatever. I feel group number 3 that you are genuinely someone who does not carry any prejudice. And you really pride yourself on that fact. You really pride yourself on not making opinions on people just based off of their labels or, the general things that, make up who they are. Like, you like to get deeper and really judge someone's character based off of the energy that you feel from them and the things that they say. And they love that about you. They feel so free around you. Like, I could be whoever I am with group number 3 because they won't judge me. So they're really drawn to your light in that way. A lot of you probably are light workers, which is why you have that perspective. That's why your mind works in that way. And this person is drawn to the light that you have.
Everyone go get yourself some warm tea. If you hear me stop talking and I'm just like slurping, it's tea. So what is their trajectory for your relationship? We have a year from now. Okay. That's very specific. I feel like a year from today, like around that, you know, it could be anywhere from like, you know, 10 to like 15 months, you know, whatever. They'd like to be in a very different spot with you. Okay, whether that is living together, engaged, married, moved, having a child, like whatever type of like next milestone that will come up in your relationship, they want to have that before this next 12 months is over, I want to say. They don't necessarily want a slow moving relationship. That's what I'm feeling. And yeah. So if there's any question you had about this person involving time, like when will they do this, I feel like the answer is within the next 12 months. Okay. So the energy that they're carrying in this relationship, oh dear, oh boy. Oh, this just threw a wrench in things. We have caring connections in reverse. That reversal is really striking, very striking. I want to read this card from the book for you guys so you get an understanding of why it's in reversed. So this card reverse signals a break in communication or the parting of the ways for two people, whether romantic, social, or business. The present connection seems to be at or close to an end. Holy moly, guys. If this is the case, consider what healthy actions need to be taken to move on. As difficult as a parting may be, it can often lead to a bigger and better things. Keep in mind both the logistical and emotional aspects of leaving this connection behind. Make plans, vent your feelings, as always. With every ending, a new beginning is at hand. Holy moly! Guys, I was not expecting that. I really wasn't, because, you know, it felt like they are very loving towards you. They like who you are. They like your light. But, you know, I'm going back to this middle rune here about like worries about family or legal stuff. So I do wonder if some of you guys are being separated because of legal matters. Like they or you may literally have to move and separate from each other, or I don't know, like they're overly concerned about family matters, cultural differences, something like that, and it may be getting in the way of your connection. I'm not sure, guys. I am really surprised that caring connections came out in reverse. So let's see what they view your intentions and energy as. So they're perceiving your spirit animal as the snake. Okay, and this is not a bad card, guys. I want to clarify that. This is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and that could be your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, but it doesn't have to be. Now the snake represents transformation. I feel like they're perceiving you as someone who wants things to move along in a snappy way. Like you are not someone who's just going to sit around in the same old energies for a long time. And you know, you want transformation. You want a really awesome, like good connection with this person. The snake is also a very spiritual, healing animal. They view you as a healer. They view you as very loving. And I feel like they have done quite a bit of healing with you. So interesting. They view your trajectory as perfect timing. This came out for group number 1 as well. Which, you know, I feel like they may view you as wanting to move this relationship along at like a normal, quote unquote, normal timing. You know, you're not going to wait around forever, but you also don't want to rush at the same time. Really interesting. Your energy that they're perceiving from you is victory. So they view you as very confident, successful. You can have anyone that you want, really. Your finances may be in a good place, or at least they think they are. Just very beautiful, very loving, very amazing. I am really thrown for a loop with this one card, guys. We're gonna have to pull some tarot. That was the plan anyways, but now I really need to pull some tarot, because what the heck is going on here? It's just that one card. And the runes. I mean, this rune over here on their side, it does represent personal interest, really only them thinking about themselves at this time. which, you know, could be for selfish reasons, or it could just be because they're so caught up in work or studies or something, like that's their main priority right now. Wow. Okay, we're gonna pull tarot. This is from the After Tarot, which is an interesting deck. It kind of shows the traditional Rider-Waite deck, but like the scene that takes place after each card. You'll see what I mean if you're a tarot reader or if you're familiar. So let's see, we're just gonna pull like 6 cards and we're gonna get a story here, reading into their intentions towards your connection. Definitely feel for the majority of you, you're already in a relationship with this person. First card out is the Emperor reversed, which shows disorganization and a lack of leadership skills. I don't like the Emperor in reversed because, you know, I don't know if this is too harsh or soon to say this, but I mean, I frequently view the Emperor reversed as like a sort of toxic masculine manipulator energy. But we'll see. What really would be a manipulator energy is if the Magician reversed came out. So let's see. We have the 6 of Swords. So this is a peaceful card. It also shows immigration as well. So I don't know if like some of you guys are long distance or there's some sort of distance between you, whether it's emotional or physical. And they're wanting to bridge that gap. Like we literally see here a couple and a child who were in very rough waters moving to calm shore, and like they're literally moving into a more peaceful place where they can establish a home and like enjoy their connection. Third card out is the Magician. Okay, thank you for that clarification, Spirit. I literally just said if the Magician came out reversed, they're a manipulator, and then it came out upright. So this clarification, your person is not trying to manipulate you at all. Okay, they want to build a future. I feel like they're very focused on the future, ambition, and also this white dove is here as well. White doves to me symbolize monogamy and loyalty, so I don't think there's any cheating taking place in this relationship, but it feels like they're really trying to manifest a certain future, and there may be some issues with, I don't know, I gotta keep reading. Ace of Cups. This is an emotional offer. Why do we have caring? I'm gonna have to clarify that card. We have Justice. I want to do right by you. This person's definitely not cheating on you. If that's like a concern in your mind, they're not. Okay, definitely not. We have 10 of Pentacles. Okay, now I'm really confused, guys. Really confused. I need clarifiers here. I'm just, you know, I feel like this is one of those readings where it's going to take me a while to get it. But once I get it, like, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh. And then, so Spirit, we need to clarify. Why did Caring Connections come out in reverse? That's like a breakup card. Why did that card come out? A card just flew out of the deck onto the floor. Hold on, I'm going to get it. Okay. 3 of Swords. Yeah, this is a card of ending. This is a card of breakup. This is a card of separation. Were you guys separated? Like, whoever you're asking about, were you separated at any point? Spirit, are you? Hold on. All right, I'm going to do something I did not do for the other groups. I'm going to go back to the Angel Answers deck, which is this card. Spirit, is group number 3's person, is their intention to break up with group number 3 or separate? Is that their intention, to separate? Because we have a ton of cards here that symbolize them coming towards you in the near future. Something's gonna happen in the near future. They're either gonna like be like, bye Felicia, or they're gonna come towards you. This is such a confusing reading. Oh my gosh. Ace of Cups though, honestly, and the Magician and the 6 of Swords and Justice and 10 of Pentacles, their intention here with these cards, I would say, is 100% to give you some sort of emotional offer. And we see the dove here again, twice. Like loyalty, I want to be in a relationship with you, I want to deepen our connection. That is what I would say with these cards, which is why the Caring Connections card in reverse, clarified by the 3 of Swords, is really throwing me off. Because this is a card of complete separation, and then you have all these cards here that are like, no, I want something long-term with you. I want a legacy with you. I want to live with you, marry you, have a family with you. I want to do right by you. I will never cheat on you. I'm going to be loyal. You're going to be the only person I talk to. We're going to move to calmer shores here.
Oh my gosh. I am so confused. I wonder if what separates you is not their intention. So for example, like I was picking up on earlier, like if this is long distance or they have to move back somewhere or you have to move somewhere, that isn't like, it might not be their intention to separate, but it might have to happen. Does that make sense? So for some of you that may resonate. It's not their intention to separate, but like that's what needs to happen. For others of you, honestly, you know, I really feel like the majority of you who selected this group are with this person in a long-term relationship already. But for some of you, this may be an ex or someone you have already separated with. And their intention in that case is 100% to come back. Like, I feel that very strongly. So yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. Well, we have a lot more cards to pull though, so hopefully we'll get more clarity here. But I mean, there's a lot of long-term desire, wanting this to work, giving you some sort of offer, like them literally reaching out to you with an emotional offer for like a new beginning. Yeah, it looks good, but like I said, these few cards are really throwing me off here. You know, they may actually come to you with a discussion in the near future, essentially asking you if you guys should separate or like deepen your relationship. So they just may be approaching it from a weird angle. They may share their concerns with you about separating or about things not working out. And through that conversation, you might have the opportunity to get closer. Very interesting. I don't know, guys. Very interesting. And I was just like casually shuffling a card, or the energy oracle, and this blossoming abundance card just popped out and fell onto the floor. So, I mean, that's good energy, you know, that shows love, that shows care. Oh my god, 2 more cards just fell out. You guys are getting all these bonus cards. Wow. We have the 2nd chakra and the 7th chakra in reversed. Okay. So, oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. There is a lot of physical passion towards you. This is like the sacral chakra. This is, you know, the chakra of, you know, sex stuff and creativity and passion, like this, this magnetism towards you. And then the 7th chakra being in reverse, this is the crown chakra. And it really shows me that they're like overly in their head about something though, worrying day and night, like, will this work because of this reason, whatever the reason may be, whether it's distance, difference in culture, etc. And I also just saw 10:10 on the clock, so that is the confirmation we need. So we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna pull some cards from 2 decks and I'm gonna give you a trigger warning here. These decks are very harsh. So don't like freak out right away. I'm gonna use my intuition to see what these cards mean. So this first deck is called the Hidden Truth Oracle. We're gonna see what their feelings are towards you, what they would tell you if they were 100% honest about what's on their mind and their heart when it comes to this connection. So what are their feelings towards you? We have, you don't know how hard it was to let you go. Okay, so maybe there was a separation of some sort, or some sort of like pause or break in your relationship, or whether it was like literally breaking up or being broken up by distance. They didn't want that. And if they come to you saying that you have to separate, I want to clarify again, they do not want that. But it feels like it's out of their control for whatever reason. And then we have, you were the best thing in my life. My gosh. If you guys are in separation, I think they're going to try coming back. Like, straight up. And whatever circumstance is heavy on your mind, like if you guys are currently together and there's like a huge issue that is like gosh darn close to separating you, they do not want that to happen. But if they feel like there's no other choice, I feel like they're gonna have to let it happen. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing you can do, but it's gonna be like the hardest thing that they do in their life if that's what needs to happen. Is there any other cards from this deck? Okay, let's move on. This is a homemade deck, and again, there's a lot of harsh cards in here, also a lot of loving cards, so let's see what comes out. What are their true feelings and intentions towards group number 3? Oh my gosh, they have I am not worth the wait. So I feel like this is more so showing their lack of self-esteem in themselves. There may be some sort of weight involved with them. And they love you so much, they don't want to put you through that. That's what this card feels like. So they're hoping that like in 1 year's time, they can bridge the gap of like whatever is keeping you guys separated or not elevating to the next level. But they understand if you don't want to wait for that, essentially. We have, yes, I play hot and cold games on purpose. Okay, this is interesting. I feel like their emotions are very back and forth because, you know, on one hand, we have all these cards saying like, no, I want to like elevate my commitment with group number 3, and then on the other hand we have like complete separation. So this person's temperament may be very severe, like up and down. I need more space and time. You know, this person may move slower than you in relationships and they need more time. And you know, it's interesting, when I got that card that said a year from now, I was kind of picking up that some of you were frustrated by that answer. Because that may be a lot longer than you want. So, wow. Like I said, these cards are very severe. Like, don't be extremely offended by them. We're going to get some more messages, some more insights into this person. Oh, I forgot to pull from this deck. This is the Lover's Oracle. So let's see. Okay, all right. We have this card that came out for you. It's a heart with white wings and like another heart coming down, although that kind of looks like a ball sack. I don't know if you guys see that, but it says, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. Interesting. Wow. And we have this card right here with a nude woman coming out of a lotus surrounded by beautiful yellow sunny energy and a rainbow. This card came out for another group and it says freedom. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. I'm confused on their intentions, but I feel like it's only because I don't know the situation you're in. It may be a very specific situation. So if this resonates, please feel free to comment down below so I'm not kept in the dark here. But it, to me, feels like there's some external factors keeping this person from moving at the pace in which you want. And that bothers them and they don't want to let you go, but they understand if you don't want to wait for them. And I feel like a part of them may even be hot and cold at times because they fear you will walk away from them in the connection, and they don't want to keep investing like their vulnerability and stuff if you are going to walk away. Does that make sense? So they fear this relationship ending, and because of that, I feel like they accidentally sort of play these hot and cold games because it's more so in their own mind because they really do love you. But then they get so scared of things not working out that they start to go cold. Like, oh, well, maybe I should stop investing. You know, it'll just break my heart further in the future. It's really weird. They got a lot going on psychologically, a lot more going on psychologically than I think you even know. Let's get some channeled feelings, some channeled messages from them to you. If they had to share their true intentions and feelings with you, what would they say? And then after this, we'll finish off with some advice from your romance angels. So what are their true feelings? All right, we had some cards come out. We have the Four of Swords. I am healing and reflecting right now. We need to pause this temporarily. I should probably get therapy, LOL. And then it says in separation. So Four of Swords does, again, show like a temporary pause in the forward movement and growth, or separation or break, needing space mentally, needing time to rest, recovering from past and present stress. This person may have experienced like burnout, which definitely may have affected your relationship. Interesting. And so they may not be ready to keep moving forward or get back together. So that's really interesting. We have the Three of Swords coming out again. Wow. Cheating, betrayal, and heartbreak has destroyed my ability to love right now. And this could be like past relationships. But, and you know, this card does say affairs and disloyalty, but I don't think that resonates. We saw so many white doves, so I don't feel that in this. This feels more so like some sort of ending and heartbreak that came up in your relationship. Either like you may have broken up with them, honestly, some of you, or like something outside of their control separated you guys. Whether it was you, whether it was a government, whether it was distance, or some matter that like took them away from you, and their heart, it be hurting. And I don't think they're ready to move forward right now. I feel like they need like a year, which is a long time, honestly. So again, like, I wouldn't blame you if you don't stick around. We have the Page of Wands. I want to woo you. So weirdly enough, with all of this going on, they still want to try to impress you. And, you know, they may be someone who like finds it easier to text and write to you rather than like speak. Pay attention to their actions as well as their words, though. They may be talkative and charming, youthful and energetic. This person has a heart on for you, so again, they're very attracted to you. New relationship, still trying to impress you. And then we have King of Cups. I'm very sensitive and selective with my companions, but once you're in my heart, you'll have a place there forever. So this person can be distant at first, and they'll drop defenses once they know that you are genuine and it will work out. They're unafraid of intimacy, but they have healthy boundaries. If they feel like something's not going to work, that's when they start getting cold. This could also represent fatherhood, being empathetic and warm-hearted. So those are their feelings. Is there anything else? Is there any other feelings? Okay, a lot of cards came out, so clearly we're not done here. 10 of Pentacles, which is coming out for a second time now. And it says, let's get married, start a family, and buy our dream house. Wanting long-term commitment, having similar values, family, etc. Guys, like I said, I feel like that's what they want with you. But it feels like there's something else getting in the way. We have 4 of Cups, another 4. I want a soulmate relationship, but I'm unwilling to open up emotionally and put in the work. I mean, that's a red flag in my book. And they may have standards that are too high, not putting in the effort, or staying in a relationship out of habit, boredom, etc. All right. 7 of Swords. My intentions aren't pure. I want to take more than I give. I play games because I don't view this as serious. If you just want a fun time, I'm your person. It shows selfish partner, which if we go back to the rune that came out, this was the rune. This was the rune of selfishness, taking care of themselves, not really thinking about you and how their actions affect you. So I just want to give you that disclaimer. Like, I don't think they are really being overly considerate of, you know, how things are affecting you here. So I'm just being honest. And I mean, we literally had this card. Yes, I play hot and cold games on purpose. And then this card over here, which says, where was it? I play games because I don't view this as serious. Like, they want something serious with you, but they don't think that can happen. Therefore, I feel like I don't even know. This is honestly, guys, this is a confusing reading to me. We have the Knight of Wands. I want to tell you everything and move things along swiftly. I do feel, especially with the Ace of Cups and Magician card that came out for you, that they will come to you soon. Kind of initiating the next phase in this connection, whether that's separation, getting back together, deepening the relationship. This person is very, very confusing, which is why, like, I understand why you might have clicked on this video, because I'm having a hard time reading them. They feel very back and forth. This person feels like they have very severe mood swings. So that leads me to wonder if they have some sort of diagnosed or undiagnosed like mood disorder, such as like bipolar, or even just like if there's someone who has like extreme highs and lows. So very confusing. And the final card that came out, 9 of Wands. I'm scared. Oh gosh. I am scared of getting hurt again. That's why I have my walls up. Yeah, I think they're letting fear kind of
allow them to act out in a not so healthy way in this relationship. Like they're afraid of getting hurt again. They're afraid of this not working out. They're afraid of ending. And therefore, it's almost like they self-sabotage and they get cold and they pull back and they start viewing themselves as like, you know, just single, or like this isn't going to work out. But it's like you didn't even give it a shot to begin with. You know what I mean? But then they still have a lot of feelings for you, so then they get warm again. So these hot and cold games, even though this says they play it on purpose, I don't think they play it on purpose, but I think they acknowledge that it's happening and they are aware that they need to get help and they choose not to. So that's what I don't like. That's the intentional part of it. It's not that they're intentionally playing these games. It's just that they're aware that they need to act differently and they need to change, and they're not taking that seriously, which, you know, is pretty akin to just intentionally playing games in the first place. So, I mean, that explains their behavior, but that doesn't necessarily, you know, justify it. Like, they have too many fears that are controlling them in a negative way and making them appear very, like, chaotic, almost. Like, 1 minute they need time to themselves and they're cold, and the next minute, like, they can't stop talking to you and wanting a future with you, and, you know, it could leave you, group number 3, with emotional whiplash. Like I said, this reading isn't really looking into you, but we will finish off with some advice from your romance angels on like how to go about this relationship, I guess. We have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So there is a lot of passion here shared between you guys. Go where you feel passionately. Go where you feel passionate, not passionately. What advice do you have? We have wedding. This situation involves marriage. So with that, I want to say, like, decide what you want with this person, so that it, like, if you, for example, know that you want marriage and this person does, it's like, why, like, that should be the trajectory, right? So, like, why is there stagnancy? Why are we stalling out here? There may also be, like, legal issues around marriage. For someone watching, one of you may not technically legally be divorced to someone else, so that could be an issue here. And that process may take a year. For others of you, you know, you may have just gotten married, but, you know, you may be, like, going through the green card thing, and that may take a year. For others of you, like, they want to wait, or, like, you may be getting married in a year, and they're just being hot and cold. Which, I mean, a little bit of that energy I think is normal, but, like, when it's too much, it becomes too much. So I don't know. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. This is just validation that I feel that your feelings towards them are definitely reciprocated by them. I can't decide if I like this person or not, honestly, because it feels like they feel very warmly towards you. They want marriage. They want you know, a dream house, children, family, like the whole 9 yards. I really do feel that. But it's like they have issues. They have a lot of fears that they themselves need to work through. You can't work through them issues for them. They need to figure that out on their own. And that's the only thing I don't like about this connection, because I feel like they acknowledge that they need help, but they don't get help, or they don't do anything about it. And that is what I don't like. So any advice? All right, a lot of cards came out. This will be the last of it. We have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. You guys are, like, just pulled towards each other a lot. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Now, this is usually a card that shows that if you don't want this relationship, 100% there are more soulmates out there for you. I just want to say that first and foremost. We have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. And we have it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I feel like a lot of these cards
could also apply to them and the advice that they should take when it comes to your relationship. I did not read into your side of things at all today, but this is the advice that you're being given. And a lot of these cards are like, go ahead, green light. It's okay to like take a risk in this relationship, but really follow your own intuition, guys. Like, even if you get tons of readings telling you to do something, if it just doesn't go with what your intuition's saying, then don't follow it. Like, I don't know. You know, this may be a connection where you both really love each other and want things to move and grow, and there's like really serious intention shared between the both of you. But fears and practicalities and stupid like earthly matters get in the way of it. Like literally like family and law and government and things like that may get in the way of your. Now hold on, I just want to clarify for some of you watching, if this person is literally married to someone else, girl, just dump them. Like literally. Like I don't judge people who put themselves in that situation, but I can very highly assure you that that person is a cheater. Like, oh my God. I don't do readings for people who are in abusive or like very dark situations, okay? Maybe I should have made that clear from the jump, because I feel like there may be like one or two people watching that are literally like asking about someone who is married to someone else, and like a year from now, like they're saying like, oh, I'll divorce them. This is not your reading. No reading on the internet is your reading. You need to get yourself out of that situation, because like it's not, you're not gonna end up happy. Listen, I've been doing love readings for long enough, and I do readings for people in those situations all the time, and it almost never has a happy ending, because it's like you're starting a relationship with someone else's failing relationship. And like if they couldn't make it work with that person, what, like, no offense, but like why do you think you're any different? Just saying. All right, so someone may need to hear that, but this reading was all over the place. I am sorry if this did not resonate. I feel very confused by this, but it may just be because you guys are in complicated situations. So please, if this resonated, like, let me know down below, and feel free to share your situation if you feel comfortable. And thank you for joining me. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, obviously, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my goddess energy intention oil there and my spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.